Epic Universe is beautiful, but it's not a park I would just wing it in, especially if you're visiting with kids or only have one day. After visiting Epic Universe, there are a few beginner mistakes I think could make your day harder than it needs to be. Some are about early park admission, some are around food, lockers, rest breaks, and honestly, just knowing when to slow down and enjoy the park. So today, I'm sharing the Epic Universe mistakes I avoid if I were planning a first visit. Hi, we're Christina and Steven from Let's Make Memories Travel. We help families plan Disney and Universal vacations without overwhelming you, and today we're talking about Epic Universe beginner mistakes. Alright, mistake number 1, not having an early park admission plan. One mistake I would avoid at early park admission is showing up to early park admission without knowing what your priority is. Universal says early park admission includes select participating attractions in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragons, Isle of Berk, and Celestial Park. And they also note that parks, attractions, and times can change based on operation, weather, and other factors. So I would not plan this as we'll just show up to early park and figure it out. Before your trip, check the Universal app or website and decide what your number one priority is. If your must-do attraction is part of the early park admission, that's where I would go first. If you don't have a clear must-do, I'd probably choose between Minecart Madness, the Toothless Meet and Greet, or Harry Potter and the Battle of Ministry, depending on what matters most for your family. Because Epic is so detailed, early park admission is not just about doing the most rides, it's about using the first quieter hour for the thing your family cares about most. Mistake number 2, assuming one day is enough for every family. If you're focused on just the rides, you may be able to do most of Epic Universe in one day with a good plan. But if you want to really take in the park, explore the lands, watch the shows, try the food, meet the characters, and notice all the details, I think 2 days is a much better plan. Epic is not just a ride checklist park. The lands are incredibly immersive, and you rush from attraction to attraction, you're going to miss a lot of what makes the park special. So if this is once in a while trip and Epic Universe is a big part of your vacation, I would seriously consider giving it a 2 days. Mistake number 3, not planning for the heat, rest, and shade. Another mistake is underestimating how hot this park can feel. Epic Universe is beautiful, but there's not a ton of shade in certain areas, and the Florida sun does not care about your itinerary. Rude, honestly. Build in rest time before everyone gets tired and cranky. The 2 shows are a great option because you get to sit down and enjoy some air condition. There is one show in How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, and another in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. You can also step into indoor restaurants or shops for a few minutes if your family needs a rest. And don't forget hydration. Epic Universe has the Coca-Cola freestyle stations, so if your family drinks soda or icy style drinks, a refillable cup may save you money, and you can also use those stations for water. Mistake number 4, leaving too early. I would not rush out of Epic Universe right after dinner if you can avoid it. This park is beautiful during the day, but at night it feels completely different. Celestial Park especially is gorgeous after dark, and with the nighttime show coming in July, staying later could become an even bigger part of Epic Universe experience. If your family is struggling with long park days, consider taking a midday break at your hotel and coming back later. That way you're not dragging exhausted kids through the park at 8 p.m. while everyone is melting into the pavement like a sad theme park popsicle. Mistake number 5, not planning your food. This one is easy to overlook, but food can make or break a theme park day. Epic Universe has some really good food, and there are several great options to choose from. But if you wait until everyone is hungry to decide, that's when the vacation gremlins show up. Some of our favorites were the mac and cheese cones in Isle of Berk, and honestly, we haven't had a bad pizza at Pizza Moon. I would look at the menus before your trip and at least have a loose plan on where you might want to eat. You don't need a minute-by-minute schedule, but knowing your top 2 or 3 food options can save you a lot of stress and time later in the day. Mistake number 6, not understanding the lockers. Epic Universe lockers are different from what you might be used to at Universal Studios Florida or Islands of Adventure. The ride lockers at Epic are larger and can fit a full-size backpack, which is a huge improvement for families. They are also built into the ride queue where you need them, and then you pick up your items on the other side when you exit. If you're a Disney person, these are similar to the lockers set up at Trine Light Cycle Run in Magic Kingdom. This makes the process smoother, but you still want to think about what you're carrying. Just because lockers can fit more does not mean you want to haul your entire household through the park. Mistake number 7, skipping the interactive details. One of the biggest mistakes at Epic Universe would be treating it like a normal theme park where you just go from ride to ride. The lands are very immersive. In Super Nintendo World, if you buy a power-up band, it feels like you're playing the game as you walk around collecting coins and doing interactive challenges. In the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, there are interactive one-spots similar to the original Wizarding World. In Dark Universe and in Isle of Berk, there are character meet and greets and roaming characters who really interact with the guest. If your family enjoys details, characters, and immersive experience, make time for that. Don't rush past the fun stuff just to get to the next wait time. Mistake number 8 is skipping the shows. Epic Universe has 2 shows, and both are worth making time for. There's one in both Isle of Berk and one in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. They are good shows, but they also serve another purpose. It gives your family a chance to sit down, cool off, and rest. For families, that does matter. Sometimes the difference between a great park day and a meltdown is 25 minutes in the air condition. And yes, I mean kids and adults. Adults are just taller toddlers when they're hot and hungry. Mistake number 9, forgetting this can be an adult-friendly park too. If you enjoyed a themed adult drink, Epic Universe has some really fun options. Most of the lands outside of the Super Nintendo World has places where you can find drinks themed to that area. This is not the main reason to visit, obviously, but it's one of those little details that makes the park feel more complete for adults too. So if you're planning an adults-only trip, a couples trip, or you just want a fun drink while exploring Epic, has that option. Epic Universe is not a park I would overplan down to the minute, but I also would not walk in without a strategy. Know your early park admission priority, plan your food and rest breaks, give yourself time to explore, and if possible, stay long enough to see the park at night. If you're planning your Epic Universe trip, tell me in the comments what feels the most confusing. Early park admission, how many days you need, food, rides, or where to stay. And if you want help planning your Universal Orlando vacation that actually fits your family, check out the next video on the screen.